Hello guys, welcome back to another lovely trading video. In this video we're going to be doing some in-depth stock analysis on ENSC, which is today's leading gapper, being up around 136% on the day. We have also uploaded two previous analysis videos today, those being on SDC and Autodesk. If you want to check those out, just go on the channel, and that would have been uploaded before this video. So firstly, what we are seeing on ENSC is today the pullback area made sense. We came into that first deviation on the 4 hour, and that's most likely why the stock ended on this day. So if we go on to kind of a 5-day 1 minute, you can see we came into this 305, we got that heavy pullback that you expect when you first hit a deviation, especially on a small cap, and this is something that we usually used to trade when we were more day trading focused. And then it pushed up, retested this level, and kind of just consolidated on this level, but doing with quite major swings. So seeing that, kind of something we expect, but taking into account if tomorrow we push higher, we will give you some targets on where we should see this same kind of pullback reaction. And this is kind of a prime example of what you should be looking at when we're coming into these deviation on small cap stocks. So yeah, this is usually what you see. You'll see it come in, it usually slows down as it comes into the level. You'll touch it usually just with the wick, it will set off quite quickly, and you'll get quite a heavy pullback. Off this level alone, I mean, we did get a 22% pullback, and that's not something not uncommon with these small cap stocks. But obviously, as you're looking for such a great return on investment, you're usually having to risk 5% or so at least on the trade, and that's usually the risk you take with trading these small cap stocks. But this is a great example of what will happen if we push higher into the next deviations. So the next deviation we have is around $4.10. So when we come into here, or if we come into here, if we continue up tomorrow, this is what the video is mainly going to be on. If we open up tomorrow and this stock continues to run upwards, these are where the targets will come in, and what we would expect to happen. And that next target is at $4.10. So coming into this level, we would expect that same reaction, quite a sharp sell-off, and then it would decide it will either break down, come back down to 305, break below 305, retest and continue down, or it will pull back, may even push down all the way to 305 before bouncing, and then retesting this 410. If it retests, it will most likely break, come back, retest again, that's kind of your confirmation. Then it will most likely continue higher. If it does continue higher for another level, then we have 560 as that next level, and we'll kind of just mark them all off. We then have 815, 950, 1070, 1524 and 2080. Obviously the 2080, the $15, they're very far off targets, but if for any reason this turns into a very parabolic stock, then that is a kind of target we would look to be seeing. But for the more recent time, we'll kind of be looking more for the 410, the $5, and then if it's quite a crazy mover, then we could see it all the way up kind of at the $8 to 950 and the 1050, but those ones are a bit less likely. But the ones I'll be keeping my eye on are the 410 and the 560, because those are quite achievable, especially just tomorrow alone. So yeah, those will be our main targets coming into tomorrow, and they're the areas where we would expect either heavy pullbacks if you're looking to short, or levels that you want to break through and kind of confirm. Whether you how you confirm that is up to you, whether you use strong buying volume, whether you wait for the break, the retest, and then buying pressure to come in from that retest. However you decide confirmation, these are the levels we would look for confirmation over to justify getting long and for expecting it to continue higher. But again, you can use these levels depending on how you trade. You can use them in different ways. Like when I used to just day trade quite a lot, if you used to watch the channel back then, we would just short the first time it comes into each level, because you get that strong reaction like we did today. But again, here you can use them in different ways, getting long when they show confirmation, shorting, or just using them as price targets if you're already long. For example, if you get long at 410 and you're looking for a price target, obviously you're going to have like the 450 psychological level, the $5 psychological level, the 550 psychological level, but that 560 is where we would expect to kind of do that overall push to before getting that strong sell-off or pullback. But that's the overall breakdown on ENSC. I hope that gave you some insight into what the stock should be doing tomorrow. If it does continue down, then we don't really need to have any targets, because if it's gapping down, probably you're not going to be looking too much at it. But really the only target we're going to have is just to fill the gap it created. So that would be at around actually that's if it created a gap. Yeah, it slightly created a gap down at 135, so that's kind of the target we would have to the short side if it continues down. But that's it for ENSC, so I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you see you in the next one, and that's it. Peace.